Okay, so I was able to find the bushings for the rear leaf spring suspension online. So here we go, trying to install it, and hopefully it'll go on without a hitch. Okay, so here's the basic shackle for the leaf spring, what we had before. So we had these bushings, which were pretty cracked and torn, as you can see. But basically this shackle, because it's 3 inches on center from both studs. This is a 5/8 diameter, I guess you could call that it's not a threaded, the unthreaded part's about 5/8 diameter. And then this is about, I guess it's in metric, but this is roughly 5/16 to 3/8 diameter. And then they had the other plate on the other side with nuts, and what we're replacing that with is these shackles are going to be replaced with these pieces. They're 12 gauge cold rolled steel. They have a bend in them, so basically it's going to be pretty strong, trying to mimic what they did with the factory by having this this contour here. I had to widen the holes because I didn't realize that this was going to be so thick. So I think we try to compensate, or try to install something that's comparable in strength. I'm using these 1/2 inch thick bolts. They're very high strength grade, I think L9. And I got 4.5 inch long bolts, which are kind of too long, but what I'm hoping will happen is that's how much I needed to have the unthreaded portion be roughly 3 to 3.1/8 inches long, which is what I'll need, because these bushings are 1 inch long, and then they have 5/16 shoulders, and they're 1 inch diameter. So I needed at least 3.1/8 inches of unthreaded portion of the screw. So I have a little bit more of the threaded portion than I need, so it'll just stick out a little bit. I'm not too worried about that. But here we go with the installation. Alrighty, so the rear's all done, and there's the lift. So a couple of things that I had to learn on the fly. So once I removed the shackle with the 3 inch factory shackle length to insert this 5 inch one, what ended up happening is the leaf spring wasn't dropping down. So what I had to do is I loosened the connection at the front of the leaf spring. That still didn't do it, so I then had to disconnect the the bottom support for the strut. I know it's kind of dark, so you're not going to be able to see that. But basically, once I disconnected the struts, then the suspension dropped down far enough that I could connect those up. Then I put the wheels back on, and I put the jack underneath the rear axle, and I jacked it back up to get the struts to line up to the mounting points for me to mount those back up. So, it was pretty straightforward, except for the fact that, you know, I had to learn on the fly. Originally, I thought that I had to, I was going to be able to use the bolts. The one thing I'm not too happy with is how far the threaded portion sticks out. That's about 1 inch to 1.25 inches of unused thread. So, however, it doesn't look like it interferes with anything. So what I think I might do is I might just put like a anti-seize on there just to make sure they don't become rusted, if in case I ever have to remove them. And pretty much I could call the suspension done. So next step, hopefully, is to respray the bed with a bed liner because of all the overspray. I explained in my last video that I did the bed first, then do the body, but I couldn't mask the bed off because this bed liner doesn't let tape stick to it. So I'm gonna have to mask it back up. Once I spray the bed liner on the back, I could start putting back the side gates, the back tailgates, tail lights, mirrors, headlights, all that fun stuff. So till next time.